Hello everyone. This is your guide to the Greek exam preparation for levels A1, A2 and B1. Your step-by-step plan to get ready for the Πιστοποίηση Ελληνομάθειας exam. You may need to pass a level for an entrance exam, residency or citizenship, so it's important to prepare well. I am sure you are all aware of the upcoming exam. Let's get ready to cover some practical tips and strategies that will help you make the most of your preparation and feel more confident on test day. I'll be reading exactly what you see on every page so you can follow along easily, and this also makes it perfect for listening as a podcast later. You may want to review this video 2 or 3 times to get totally familiar with the format. After this, you'll move on to the separate videos for the A1, A2 and B1 levels, where we will review examples from the exam together. You are preparing for the official Greek language exam. The Πιστοποίηση Ελληνομάθειας is the internationally recognized Certificate of Attainment in Greek, officially issued by the Center for the Greek Language under the Greek Ministry of Education. Whether you're a beginner, A1, A2, or intermediate B1, this video will help you understand the exam format and prepare effectively. Let's talk about resources. How to register for the exam, links, exam centers. For information on how to register, exam dates, and local centers, see the description below the video. I recommend contacting official centers directly, as details can change and not every center is the same. Some offer the exam once a year, others twice, depending on your location. If you need any help, just drop me a message in the comments. I'm here to help you. This is a very important exam for you, so start your preparation early. For this exam, you should plan for at least 3 months of study and preparation. If you've already been studying, I still recommend setting aside at least one dedicated month to prepare properly for such an important event. Create a study timetable. It's also a good idea to create a study timetable to manage your time well. Note that the exam usually takes place over 2 days, with the oral test often held on a separate day. So write down the dates for each part, then plan your study schedule to make sure you're ready for all sections without last-minute stress. Exam format. Know the exam format. These are the 4 parts to the exam: the listening test, the reading test, the writing test, and the oral test. We'll go through each one in this presentation. How long is the entire exam? Exam duration. The test itself takes around 1 hour and 45 minutes. The exam session is scheduled for around 2 hours to account for all logistics. You can contact me for past papers. Review and practice past exam papers. Reviewing and practicing past exam papers is one of the most effective ways to prepare for exams. It helps you get familiar with the format and structure of the question paper. To make this even easier, you along with 2 friends can subscribe to the 1 Hour Language YouTube channel and get 4 full past exam papers and matching audio recordings sent to you directly. See the description below the video for more details. Let's start with the listening test. What you should know about the listening test. The listening test structure overview. The total time duration for the listening test is 25 minutes. This is the same for the A1, A2 and B1 exam. In the listening test, you will hear each audio twice, with time in between to review your work. You must listen carefully and complete the task while listening to the audios. There are 4 separate tasks in the A1 and A2 exam, and each task consists of 6 to 7 marks. There are 2 separate tasks in the B1 exam, and each task consists of 12 to 13 marks. The total score for the listening test is 25 points. What types of questions will you get in the listening test? You will get picture matching, a multiple choice questionnaire, true or false questions, and note-taking or form-filling type questions. What will you receive at the listening test? You will receive a physical booklet that includes all instructions, which will be in Greek. You will receive the pictures, multiple choice options, true or false statements, and the forms to fill in spaces to write your answers. Also, it will look very similar to the video sample, with answer boxes and question numbers clearly laid out. What you need to know. Write your answers directly on this paper. No separate answer sheet is used. There will be a short pause before each part and between audios to read and check. You will not need to write long sentences. Just check the letters alpha, beta, gamma, short words, or tick the correct box. This is the structure of the listening test. Now let's take a look at the reading test. What should you know about the reading test? The reading test structure overview. The total time duration for the A1 and A2 reading test is 30 minutes. The total time duration for the B1 reading test is 40 minutes. The total number of points for each reading test is 25 points. The number of tasks you will be required to complete are 4 in parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just remember, don't forget to drop me a message at comments if you have any questions. What type of questions will you get during the reading test? You will get true or false questions, matching people to phrases, multiple choice questions, and fill in the blanks questions. What will you receive during the reading test? You will receive a physical booklet that includes all instructions, which will be in Greek. You will receive the texts, which will comprise of announcements, ads, emails, short articles, etc. And the multiple choice questions, true or false statements, and fill in the gap exercises. Also, clearly marked answer spaces, boxes or lines, directly beneath or next to the questions. What you need to know. You will write the answers directly in the booklet. No separate answer sheet will be provided. Answers are brief and clear. Letters, alpha, beta, gamma, single words, phrases, or a check mark, a tick mark for true or false questions. The format will not require full sentence writing. You are allowed to underline or circle parts of the text to help you understand. Time is limited, so manage your reading and answering efficiently. That was the overview for the reading test. What about the writing test? What you should know about the writing test. The writing test structure overview. The total time duration for the writing test at A1 and A2 levels is 45 minutes. The total time duration for the writing test at B1 level is 55 minutes. The total points allocated is 25 points. And the number of tasks are 2 writing tasks, Part 1 and Part 2. What type of questions will you be asked during the writing test? You may be asked to write an informal letter or an informal email. And you may be asked to write a formal letter or a formal email. What will you receive during the writing test? You will receive a booklet that includes all instructions, which will be in Greek, the writing tasks, clearly marked spaces to write your full responses, and word count guidelines, for example, 80 to 100 words or 100 to 150 words. What you need to know. You must write directly in the booklet. No separate writing sheet is used. You should follow the word limit, not too long and not too short. Clear, legible handwriting is important. Use a pen or pencil as instructed. Structure matters. You should write complete texts, letter, email, short article, and not just bullet points. Include all the required points from the task description. Plan briefly on the side or in the margins, but only the text in the main box is marked. That was the overview for the writing test. And finally, the oral test. What you should know about the oral test. The oral test structure overview. The total time duration for the A1 and A2 oral tests is between 10 to 12 minutes per pair. The total time duration for the B1 oral test is 12 minutes and again per pair. Roughly 6 minutes per student. You'll be paired with another student or speak one-on-one with the examiner. The oral test has 3 parts. Ask me for example test papers that I can send to you. And what type of questions can you expect? You can expect personal questions, open questions, and questions about image description and role plays. Take a look at the example test papers for clarity. What will you receive during the oral test? You will receive a physical booklet. The oral exam is conducted face-to-face with 1 or 2 examiners, depending on the level. Students may also be examined in pairs, especially at lower levels A1 to B1. A printed task sheet will be given before or during the speaking task. It will include simple prompts, questions, or role-play scenarios. It may show images or topics to guide the conversations. In some levels, B1+, there may be 2 parts, a dialogue and a short monologue. What should you know? You should speak clearly and naturally. Fluency and communication are more important than perfect grammar. The test may begin with basic personal questions, for example, name, age, where you live. This is just to warm up. In role-play tasks, you'll be expected to ask and answer questions, make suggestions, or express opinions. In some parts, you may be asked to describe a picture, talk about a past event or experience, or give an opinion. You should use full sentences, not just single words or yes or no answers. If you don't understand something, it's okay to ask the examiner to repeat or explain. Stay calm, smile, and try to keep talking. Even a little is better than silence. That was the oral structure overview. We have now covered all 4 parts. Let's take a look at some serious tips to help you even further. Stay focused and set study goals. Stay on track with the 1-hour language Greek exam preparation schedule, a clear, printable timetable you can pin up and use to check off your hours studied, tasks completed, and stay within your available time before the exam. It's simple, practical, and keeps you focused. Contact me and I'll send it straight to you. Here are some key reminders for you. Understand the question. If you don't understand, say, "Συγγνώμη, μπορείτε να επαναλάβετε?" Excuse me, can you repeat that? Or, "Δεν κατάλαβα, μπορείτε πιο αργά?" I didn't understand. Can you speak slower? The clarity of your answer is more valuable to you than perfection. Use simple, complete sentences. Use common verbs plus vocabulary. Be sure to answer what they actually ask. Let's take a look at why preparation is important. How would a native Greek speaker feel if asked to write the exam? Would a native speaker feel uneasy? Yes, because exam format matters. Even a native speaker would feel thrown if they walked into the Πιστοποίηση Ελληνομάθειας with no preparation. Why? The tasks are formal and structured, not everyday Greek. Multiple choice, fill-in gap listening, strict word counts need practice. Knowing Greek isn't the same as knowing the test. The same goes for any language. Even a native speaker of your own language would struggle if told, "Sit the exam tomorrow." No preparation, no practice. Well, the bottom line is, knowing the language is not enough. Knowing the format is crucial. An exam is partly a language test, but it's also a test on how well you know the exam style, instructions, question types, and time pressure. That's why people with good Greek can fail if they don't know the format. Someone with decent Greek and good exam strategy can pass more easily. The main point is, preparation is easily 50% of success. Knowing what they'll ask and how you must answer is a huge part of feeling calm, focused, and confident. It is so important to understand why this exam matters to you. Remember, no one will be more prouder than you, so do your best for yourself. You're the one who will benefit most from your own success. Don't worry about passing or failing. Concentrate only on gaining the most points. If it's urgent to pass now, then let's get to work. I'm here to help you. Drop me a message in the comments section if you need support. And again, if it's urgent, follow my advice exactly, and I'll guarantee you'll give yourself the best possible chance to succeed. Ask me for the free 1-hour language exam study schedule. And what other tips do I have for you? Let's take a look. When you prepare for this exam, watch and practice each lesson video at least 3 times. Even if it starts to feel boring. Actually, boring is good. If it's boring, it means you know it well and nothing will surprise you on test day. Don't leave it to chance. Be truly prepared and not just hopeful. You might feel at first that the listening or reading tasks seem too advanced. That's normal. The exam isn't testing whether you understand every word. It's testing whether you can pick out the key words and clues. You don't need to know the whole text. You just need to be able to spot the answers. So even if your Greek isn't perfect yet, good exam preparation can help you score well by eliminating wrong choices and spotting clues. One thing you can't fake is the writing. Writing shows what you really know. But here's the good news. If you studied with me, you already learned how to build a clear explanation, spoken or written. Remember this tip. If you can say it, you can write it. Thank you very much for attending this guide to Greek exam preparation. I hope you found it useful and that it helps you feel more confident about your upcoming exam. Your next step now is to move on to the Greek exam preparation videos for A1, A2, or B1, depending on which level you need. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment. I am just one message away. Like the video, share it with anyone who might find it helpful, and keep practicing. I wish you every success and see you in the next lesson.